Hi, family. Hi, family. This is Dr. Mo with Moya Body Care and Colon Hydrotherapy, and I am your favorite colon hydrotherapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And yes, I curled my hair for the full moon tonight. I was like, let me get all jazzed up for you real quick and take care of you. But I want to share something with you that I found in regards to our natal chart. So, as you may know, colon therapy is a journey towards mastering yourself. Because what happens is you start unearthing your true authentic self, and you don't really know what that looks like because it's been pushed down and suffocated by other people's opinions, suggestions, jealousy, all of the negative stuff you have accepted, all of the limits you have accepted, all of the relationships that were not good for you, that you may still be in, like all of that stuff is sitting on top of your authentic self. So as I am building my business, I realized that there is a second component to what I offer as a colon therapist. And that is the self-mastery aspect of understanding what is being dug up. Hence the reason why you have the green on top, my books that I've written, all about digestive health and wellness. And then the pink on the bottom is all self-mastery and going within and connecting with self. So you have both, right? I know, it's phenomenal. And I got all of that through meditation. How about that? We'll talk about that in a minute. So as you know, or you may know, I study like I consume this content like I eat. And if you know anything about me, I am a huge admirer of food. Now, I may not look like it with my small frame, but that just shows you the level of respect that I have for what I'm consuming. Like, there's a total different love language between me and water, or I and water. Is it me or water? I and water. I think it's I and the water. Me and them. I and water. I think it's I and water. And food. Let me just tell you, my people from the South, so I know how to clear a plate. I know how to clear a table. I know how to clear a refrigerator. I may not look like it, but I know how to get down. So with that being said, I utilize 3 systems when I'm working with my clients and my students. My own personal self, I have literally ran all of my son's charts at birth. So I knew exactly how to guide him. And that's the other thing. When you know this information and you're a mother, this tool is amazing for you to guide your children because it tells you everything right then and there. So when my son was born, you need the time to find all this information out. So, it's on his birth certificate. I just pushed the baby out. So when I was able, in between breastfeeding and whatever, I'm studying his charts so I can understand how to pour into my baby, how to connect to my child. It was phenomenal. And he's doing just fine. But I've done the same thing with my sister. Hello. Why do you think we're getting along so well? And I know she's going to watch this. That's why. Is because I know when to not push you or when to push you or when you're coming to me and I'm like, but I know why. It's alchemy. I have your whole chart, girl, in front of me. I did the same thing for my mama. So I can know how to maneuver her into doing what I want her to do. Hint, I hope she don't watch this. And none of her friends better tell her that I said that. Hi, mama. But I've been guiding my mom because I have her charts in front of me. I'm like, oh, that's why she's doing. Okay, I get it. Like, there's no judgment now. And I've done the exact same thing with my 3 great nieces. I know exactly how Leah is doing her thing and why she's doing what she's doing. I know exactly why Ella is doing her thing and why she's doing what she's doing. And little Ava, I know exactly why Ava is a gangster. Look at her chart. She ain't scared of nothing. Look. She's actually leading her sisters. You know? So when you have this information, it provides this gateway, this portal opens. And you're no longer sick and tired of being sick and tired, because you know exactly where and when to pour your energy into what. It is a roadmap to you. These 3 systems that I use are Galactic Signature, Human Design, Natal Chart. And I go a little deeper because I'm a deep diver, and that's in my chart. That's in all 3 charts. Is that I don't even jump in head first. I jump in feet first and go down just like this. Woo! Let's go. And then I go, wait a minute, I don't have a parachute, but maybe I can guide it with my hips. And that's how I move through life. Literally, I move through life with energy, frequency, and vibration. It's in every single one of my charts. Every single one of them. In every single one of my charts, it said, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. But this is what I really wanted to share with you. My mind was just blown. It was just completely blown away. So for those who follow human design, you know that there is something called an incarnation cross. So your incarnation cross is your signature to life. Like, this is your contract. This is who you are. This is what you're going to do. You've already signed on the dotted line and accepted these job duties and the job title. That's what the incarnation cross in human design is all about. And then when you start breaking it down, it just gives you like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 format on how you embody what God has gifted you, or what you embody, how you embody the skills that you have. Like, it tells you how to do it, when to do it, and what environment to do it, and to what audience you're going to give it to. It tells you all of that. So I have all of my charts out, and I just so happen to be studying my natal chart. And so I come across my midheaven, which is an Aquarius in the 10th house. So I start, doing some research on that. That's all about your career and all this good stuff. And it tells me, of course, I'm on target. I'm on track. I'm doing ABC. So I'm happy. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. And I come across something that I've never seen before. And I've been moving around like astrology for a little minute, definitely digging deeper in the last 5 years. Anything before that, it's just been kind of like swinging. But in the last 5 years, I think my knowledge is I know my knowledge is a little past foundational. It ain't advanced. I'm not saying that, but it's past foundation, right? So, well, yeah, I'll just go ahead and say it. Yeah, it is. So I come across the direct opposite end of the midheaven, which is, I'm probably saying this wrong. I've never heard it pronounced, so I don't even know how it's pronounced, but Imam Coeli. So your midheaven is the very highest point on your chart, right? The opposite end is the very lowest point of your chart, which is your foundation, your roots, your father, your childhood, like all of that. And then to the left and the right, you have your ascending or your ascendant. Get ready to call it ascending colon. I'm a colon therapist for life. You have your ascendant, and then you have your descendant, right? And then that tells you everything. So I'm reading mine. I'm going around. I went around about maybe 2 times, 3 times. And I was like, wait a minute. Oh, this is the same thing as your incarnation cross in human design. So I go and I pull that chart out and I look at the two together. This information is not by accident. Man could not have seamlessly merged all of these things about me together in these 3 reports, and they all say the same thing, all just in different language. It literally says all the same thing. Some of the planets on my solar return chart in the area that it's in is actually on my human design. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So then I go to ChatGPT and I put a prompt in. ChatGPT, with everything that you know about me, I'm in human design, I'm a 5/1 self-projected projector. In Galactic Signature, I'm a white crystal mirror. In astrology, I am a Taurus, Venus rising, all that good stuff. With all that information that you have from me, and then I put in my ascendant, descendant, midhaven, imam coli. Put that information in there. I said, with that information, confirm if I am in alignment with my career as a colon therapist and educator in digestive health and wellness. Enter. Spirit has to be working the other end of this keyboard because tears ran down my face. Everything that I have ever written in my journals, from the point when I knew what a journal was, ChatGPT was like, and just regurgitated it all back to me and was like, you've been on this path at a very early age. You are in alignment. Always have been. Never been out of alignment. There have been plenty of moments in my career, in my 18 years of being a colon therapist, that I was told and I believed that I was on the wrong track. I have been told some fucked up things from family members about me being a colon therapist and what I do for a living. My mom and I had to come to an understanding. And I know that she was moving from just a place of, you need to be okay. Like, can you pay your bills? I know it. I mean, she's my mom. I get it. I get it. My business has been in storage 5 times in an 18-year period. And I don't mean like, just books and stuff. My physical colonic unit was in a fucking box in a storage unit 5 times. And I was grateful for every lesson, because each time I leveled up. And then I finally said that fifth, it took 5 times. Judge your mama, don't judge me. It took 5 times for me to realize I am great. It took me 5 times and a lot of money. Y'all know how much, well, some of y'all do, some of y'all don't. When I said, God, look, you and me, you and I don't know why I keep doing this. Me, I, we, I don't know what this language situation is. I said, you and me, we've been having some serious conversations. I'm about tired of having this conversation. I accept your assignment now. I accept the fact that I'm great. I accept the fact that I'm fucking amazing. I accept the fact that I am the best colon therapist on the planet, and you can never judge me about that. You can't tell me otherwise. I accept it. I ain't been back to a storage unit since. I tell you, this journey has been crazy, insane, and it all circles back to know thyself. Hey, no, y'all never see anybody in here pushing me. Y'all never see anybody else in the background outside of my family being here. And half the time, they sit in the sauna or they're receiving services. They're, my sister's kind of working right now. I've been buying, anyway, I'm not even gonna get on my sister. She's doing a phenomenal job. You doing a good job, girl. You doing a good job. So basically what I want to say is this. Everything that you want is on the other side of your self-acceptance. Period. The more you know about God, the more you know about yourself. You might want to study, if I may suggest, any spiritual text that you can get. It doesn't really matter. I personally study A Course in Miracles, Science of Mind, and the Bible. I do read the Quran. I read the pieces of the Quran. I do read that. The Bhagavad Gita, I read that on a regular basis. I'm trying to go through my books on my dresser. I mean, not my dresser, my table. I think those are all the books. Oh, and The Power of Psalms. I read that every single day. Every single day, because The Power of Psalms has chapters. Well, you'll know what that book is. When you know thyself, when you know, here we go. Here's the message. When you know thyself when you study every day, you study your charts. When you take the time to pull your charts out, and then you're studying all of your spiritual text, and then you are responding to what Spirit and God is saying, you don't have time to get caught up in, I can't, I'm lost. What if, should I, could I, would I? None of that shit exists. Because you are reading so much about who you are up here, it debunks anything that anybody says. So once you keep studying yourself, nobody can come in and tell you who you're not. It won't even be a conversation. Let me help you. It has to be a very invested person to walk into my office and tell me what I'm not. It's very rare that I get challenged about anything that I'm doing. It's very rare. And when it happens, all I have to do is just step forward. And the frequency that comes off my heart space backs it all down. Guarantee it. I use it very well. I understand my energy very well. I'll share this with you real quick and then I go. I had a client one time tried to get at me in the ethers while she was on my table. She tried to come at me spiritually while she was on my table getting a colonic. And I felt it. And so I just looked at her. I told her exactly where she was. I told her there was one way out, one way in. And that's all you know about my office. Do you want to continue to play with me? And I felt her stomach kind of, like, you heard me? I expanded in the entire room. And I said, you heard me very clearly. You're in my house. Do you want to continue? I'm only going to ask you one more time, and then I'm going to make the decision for you. You got 30 seconds. Then she verbally answered me and said, no, I apologize. Let's continue with your colonic. She ain't been back since. People will try you. But here's the thing. I know my gift. I know that I'm a lighthouse. I know that. I know that I'm constantly shining light. And when you are constantly shining light, everybody turns your way and starts walking that way. So if I were to walk into a dark room and there's no light in there and there's 100 people and I go like this, everybody's going to go like that. Everybody. You guys have seen it in the movies. You've seen it. You know what it is. And that's what I do constantly. I am literally a lighthouse. This is all I do all day long. It's just shine light all day long. So you're going to attract. I'm going to attract. I already know this because I study. I know myself. I love thyself. This went way longer than what I needed it to be. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got something out of it. And please reach out if you would like to understand yourself at a soul level. I offer these readings. This goes, and in the readings, I also tell you how you should be digesting food, what environment you should be eating in. You know I'm going to tie it back into digestion because everything begins in the gut. You know that. So you get that aspect too. So reach out to me. My name is Dr. Mo, and I am your favorite colon therapist that practices the sacred art of colon hydrotherapy, herbs, and natural living. And my website is Moya, MOYA, bodycare.com. My private office is located in Torrance, California. And my phone number is 562-682-0818. Until then, stay magical.